Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Yemi, and it's so good to have you back. This is my YouTube channel, Shindara's Voice, and I talk about faith, career, relationships, lifestyle, and every other good stuff. So if this is your first time, thank you very much for clicking on this video. Please do not forget to subscribe. Just give this video a thumbs up, like it, share, and please engage with the post. Check out my other content that are also very interesting, and it's be nice to have you around. And don't forget, once you subscribe, click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. It's been a long time I did a career video, so I'm going to be talking about how to explain employment gaps. So employment gaps both in your resume and employment gaps while you're interviewing for a job position. Now, a lot of people go on employment breaks. A lot of people take time off work for different reasons. Some people might go for, so you're going for their master's degree program, and then they need to take some time off work, or they're leaving the country for the master's degree program. Some other people, maybe they need to have a child, or medical reasons, and then they have to take some time off. Some other people because they feel like they are working in a very toxic environment and they need to leave. Some other people because they got sacked, they got maybe summary dismissal, probably because the organization is right sizing or downsizing. Some other people because they actually did very worst things and they got fired from the organization. So people leave for a lot of reasons. So not might leave because a family member has a terminal illness or something. They need to go and take care of the family member. People leave for a lot of things. Some other people because they need to take care of their family, more focus on their family, and they think that okay, so at this time, women especially feel like at this time of my life I need to take some time off work. Myself and my husband cannot be career people together. I mean, so people take break off work for a lot of reasons, and then once the break is over, now it's time to resume. You start working, and maybe you might have gotten a job and you want to change to the other job, and then people begin to ask, why were you out of work for 3 years? Why were you out of work for 3 months? Why were you out of work for 2 years, 10 years, and so on and so forth? It's a whole lot. And I mean, this has on several occasions caused people to lose opportunities that they really are supposed to get. So the good news is that I'm going to be telling you how to deal with these employment gaps, how to explain it to your resume and during the interview. The first thing is that when you're preparing your resume for the resume part, when you're preparing your resume, you don't really have to put. So when you have employment gap, especially when it has to do with months, now note, especially when it has to do with months, you don't have to put month and dates. You can put the date. So if you had an employment gap for 6 months, maybe you had to go on bed rest for childbirth or something related to that. Maybe you left in January and you're back in December. You can write 2019. That way, the date is not obvious that you left work. Do you understand? The date is not obvious. It's just the year. So you're probably out of work from February to November. You can just omit the date and put, because I mean that's a long time. That's 11 months. So you can actually omit the date and put the year. So that way, your previous job is probably going to be from probably 2017 to 2019, and the next job is going to be from 2019 to present. Do you understand? That way it's not obvious that you actually have that gap. Another way is to explain the gap. So if you have a year, 3 years, 5 years, all of that, those very explainable, very noticeable gaps, you can actually just put the dates, from June 2020 to March 2022. I was taking I went for an MBA program in the US, and I liked the skills and the accomplishment you had during that time. That is if you know that there's a rationale behind that break. It's not when maybe you lose your job, you now say from June 2020 to May 2021, I was sacked in my company because they were wicked. No, don't do that. But if it is something that really goes with the fact that if you're something that relates with the gap of the new job, then yes, then you can actually explain it. Another thing you can do is you can consider using a different resume format. So I did a video about different resume formats. You should go check it out. I did a video about different resume formats, and I spoke about the 3 different types of resume formats. So we have the functional, the chronological, and the combination. And I explained in that video about why people use this resume I'm going to use. A lot of time people use chronological resume format. People don't even know that there are different types. They just use the chronological because that is just the standard one that a lot of recruiters use. But then if you have employment gap or you're an entry level, it is best to use the functional resume format. So this functional resume format helps you to highlight your skills, your accomplishments, and your education before your work experience. So that way the recruiter can see your skills and see that yes, this person is like the person we need, before they now begin to go down to your education and your work experience and see that, oh, this person has a lot of work gap. Do you understand? So it's right that you use the functional resume format. That way you're able to highlight your skills and company and let it pop up like this, and your career objective, your professional summary, and all of that in the eye of the recruiter. Kabish. Another one is, so if you are a professional that has like 10 years work experience and all of that, like a very large or long years of experience, then and for some time, maybe like for 2 or 3 years you're out of work for whatever reason, it's better to omit some. Like you can just omit some and not use everything, so that when you omit, so when I mean omit, it's not like, okay, you worked in some place for 6 months, you worked in some place for 8 months, you worked in some place for 3 years and all of that. So like in some you have like 8 or 9 different job experiences. You can omit some, so that way it's not so obvious that you have employment gaps. I don't know if you understand what I mean. For example, if you work in if you put all your 8 different job employments on the resume, this helps the employers to see that you've been working constantly, and then when there's now a gap, they notice easily. When you reduce it, get them to also now see that, okay, this person probably had this employment gap for some reasons. Do you understand? Another way that you can explain employment gaps in resume is to build employment gained during this gap. So for example, if you're probably out of work because it was a toxic environment, or you were doing your MBA and you were also working, you can state what you were doing at that moment. Some people go out of the country and then they take on student jobs to to take care of themselves. So that way you're also working, you can put up those jobs. Or if you're taking freelancing or consulting jobs at the moment, maybe you're out of job but you're still taking a lot of freelancing jobs, you can put those freelancing jobs there. You can state it. If you volunteered, if you did like freelancing or volunteering majorly, even free jobs, like all of that, you can actually put it there and state what you did, the skills you got, and especially when it relates to the new job you're taking. Just try to look for how you can actually bring those words together to show that it relates with your present, with the present job you're trying to look for. And then another thing is you can actually invest in professional development. I keep saying this in almost all my videos when I'm talking about anything related to career, because you need to invest in yourself. You need to invest in yourself. So when you have a lot of professional development certifications, and then you're telling them that you're certified in this, certified in that, certified in this, you have this, you're proficient in this, at the end of the day, even if you have employment gap and it's not like you're a criminal or you were sacked because you did something awful in your place of work, they will consider you because they know that you have the experience and the competencies and the qualifications to deliver on the job. So yes, you can also invest in yourself to make sure that you have an edge when it comes to employment gaps. So now, this is what you can do on the resume. Now, when you get to the interview room, so all this has helped you. You've passed till, they've ignored your gaps, because sometimes they don't even notice. So they've ignored your gaps, and then you now get to the interview room. You're sitting there in front of a panel, and somebody in the panel now finally sees that you have an employment gap. How do you save yourself? So the first thing is to make sure that when you're going for an interview, prepare. Don't say that they're not going to notice, because they didn't notice at the initial time. Prepare to explain something that relates with that job. Prepare a good example that even when people listen to it, they know that, okay, yes, it made sense that she went on this break. Not that you will not say, oh, I went to save a shark at the beach, and those things that now your own ear sounding good, but to other people it's like, what's this one saying? Prepare a good explanation to show why you went on that break. Let it be something that can even project the fact that you're a better candidate because, okay, you've gone for MBA, you were out of job to take care of a child because you felt it was going to reduce your productivity, and during that time you were taking online courses, you were developing yourself, and now you're back with full force. During that time you probably learned Excel, and you have better use of Excel and SQL and Power BI, and this can help you in your position as a data analyst. Do you understand? Keep an explanation down. Another thing to do is focus on your skills, focus on your competencies. Don't keep going back to the fact that you were redundant or you did not have sense during the gaps. No, focus on your skills, focus on the achievement, things that you've done when you were on a previous job, the things that you can still bring to the table. Focus on your skills and your competencies, focus on your qualifications, and the sky is a starting point. Thank you very much for watching to the end of this video. So just spoke about how to manage employment gaps and resume. Having an employment gap is not always a deal breaker. It is not always a deal breaker. Yes, I said it. It is not always a deal breaker. You can always manage. A lot of people have employment gaps. A lot of women leave work to like take care of their kids and all of that, and if they come back, yes, it might not be easy, but then with these steps I've told you, with these things I've told you to do, yes, it's possible. It's really possible. Thank you very much. I said that earlier. Thank you very much for watching to the end of this video. Please don't forget to engage with this post. Tell me the kind of content you want me to talk about. Please, I really want to hear from you. Let me know the kind of content you want me to put out, and I'll be more than willing to do it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel if you've not, and please press the notification bell to always get notified anytime I have a new content. And don't forget to share with everybody that needs to have an idea of what we're talking about here. Until the next time you see me, remain blessed. I love you. Bye.